Hey, I wanted to come by and quickly talk about being graced and gifted with a talent. Now, oftentimes, a lot of us are given certain gifts and talents, but we tend to suppress them ultimately because it goes contrary to what our passion or interest may be. For example, you may be an awesome writer, you may be gifted to write, but you have interest in interior decorating. And so when you are given a gift or a talent, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to hide or run from it, it shows itself up in your life. So for example, you may be doing interior decorating, but you're asked to write an article or you're asked to write a summary about something, and that is noticed by someone. Your gift or talent is noticed from someone, even though you try to stay away from it. It's just like, no matter what I do, someone asked me to write something, someone always wants me to write this, someone always wants me to write that, and it's like, you can't run or hide from what God has placed deep down inside of you. And it's like, no matter what you do, you can't run from it. And God will use another individual to help even bring that talent out of you or that gift out of you because you don't want to. So he has to use someone else who will help him manifest what you're destined to ultimately be doing in life. And then when I think about gifts that we don't even know we have, I think about Moses. For those who don't know or watch me, I love to talk about Moses, so you will hear him multiple times in many of my videos because I just love his story and his life, and there's so much that you can speak on just from that particular book of the Bible, the book of Exodus. But kind of going back on topic, when I think of a gift or a talent that we have that God has been stirring up in us, I think about Moses and the moment that he has an encounter with God at the burning bush. And God chooses Moses to lead people. And Moses, being someone who stutters, is like, God, are you really choosing me? But all this time, God has prepared Moses to lead people. He has been preparing him. And I say that to say that that moment of Moses being at the burning bush reminds me of a surprise party. Sometimes God has gifts and talents where he's like, surprise, you're an awesome writer. Surprise, you're a motivational speaker. Surprise, you're going to be preaching. And it's like, God, I never prepared for this. I've never asked for this. But there are some gifts and talents where God is like, here you go, surprise. And you know how surprise parties work, right? There's a person who chooses the date, who chooses the time it's going to happen, who chooses who's going to be there. That person orchestrates everything. So when God has a surprise gift or talent, he literally orchestrates the day you're going to be in this place, the time you're going to be there, who he's going to put in your path and in your life to help manifest that hidden, like they have to say, hidden talents or those hidden gifts. And it's like there are gifts and talents that we are aware of, and there are some that we are unaware. But in the end, ultimately, when you are graced or even introduced with a gift and talent, that gift or talent aligns with your purpose. And it's like you may be thinking, myself included, I always have quiet time with God and come out with a message. And I always say, okay, what is this? What is this gift or what is this talent? And it's like, no matter how much I try to avoid it, I'm like, no matter how much time I spend with God, no matter how much I want to avoid speaking, I end up having a message and sharing it with you all. And so I think for me, that's one of my gifts that I try to run from. Literally, I try to I'm like, okay, God, like, I don't want to do this, but it's like, no matter how much I spend time with God, like I said, I can't run away from this gift. And you might be feeling the same way. It's like, no matter where I go, no matter where I turn, this thing is in my face. And you may be even coming to your moment where you come to your surprise party or your burning bush moment where God says, hey, I've been stirring something up inside of you, and now is the time for it to manifest. Now is the time I want you to walk into this thing because it is so closely aligned with your purpose and destiny that you need this to fully walk in what I have for you. So I hope you all enjoyed this message. In his love always, reckless for Christ.